What is up? It's your boy Gary Tyler, and I'm here with Frankiee Veney
Yeah,
from Charlotte, North Carolina.
yeah.
Here in New York City right now in the Big Apple. How you feel?
I feel really, really good.
How you enjoying the summer weather?
It's so amazing. I think I was out here like a couple of months. I was in February. In February, I was out here, so it was like cold.
Cold, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. February is very much like the 40s, 30s. When it's in the 40s, it's like it's a good day.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Like my hands are like about to freeze off. I didn't come up here with gloves or
I know.
anything. Yeah, I messed up.
But Charlotte is the same way though. Charlotte is very cold in the winter months and very hot in the summer months.
Yeah, but not like this.
No, it's not like
Not
this.
like
It's
this at
not
all.
like that. Yeah, yeah.
Nah.
Being from, are you? You're not from Charlotte.
Nah, I'm originally from Columbia, South Carolina.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Being from the South, being a creative, because where we're from, because I'm from the South too. I'm from Miami.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very sports driven. It's very entrepreneurial, real estate. Not really focused on like filmmaking, artistic culture. So being from there, what was like your driving points to even want to shift into being like a filmmaker?
Filmmaker. Wow. I just feel like at one point, like when I was younger, it was always like going to my aunt's house and seeing what new movie she had on
Yeah.
DVD.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like it was just so exciting, and it was just kind of like the fellowship between family and us, like having that moment. I don't know. It made me like really appreciate and
Yeah.
love film and see how it can like bring people together.
Yeah.
So I could kind of like always write poetry, but I want to say like once I graduated from college, I started like really getting into like scripts and
Yeah.
writing, and yeah, just kind of like went from there.
Because your title as a creative is so broad. You know, it's a writer, a producer, a EP. Like, what is like your actual niche that gets you out of bed in the morning? And when people ask Frankiee, like, I'm this.
Right.
What can you say?
Oh man, I mean, it's literally everything that you name. I feel like I exist in all of those titles. But I feel like overall, like just connecting and like unifying people is something that I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
So whenever it comes to like producing, that's like my bread and butter. Like I just
Yes.
love it. I love seeing like everything like come together. I
Hmm.
love being able to like witness the finished product, and yeah,
Hmm.
it's just so much beauty in that.
Yeah, definitely. It's just like I'm so foreign to that world of a filmmaker or just a EP. Well, no, I'm kind of in that range, but
Yeah,
when it comes to filmmaking, you're in charge of so much. The
right.
writing, hiring freelancers, hiring cameramen, hiring like line producers. There's just so much that goes into it. Like, what's the highs and lows of doing this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I think overall, it's a lot of filmmakers will always say like the budget,
The budget,
because it's
yeah.
just kind of like where am I going to get this money? Because you want to make sure that the product that you're making
Yeah.
is quality,
Hmm.
um, and then also you want to be able to bring like dope people in and also pay them, for the
Yes.
work that they're doing. So I would say like the finances could always be like one of those things that um, could be kind of a low. But again, like seeing the finished product, it just kind of makes it all worth it. So that's definitely like one of the highs. And again, like I said, being able to unify people and
Yes.
get that finished product, yeah, that's
And
dope.
what was your first transition, like getting your feet wet? What was the first project you worked on? Who introduced you to the world of filmmaking?
Yeah, so I work with a director. Her name is Talia Brian.
Okay.
I worked as a PA on a
Okay.
Bobby Baker film.
Okay.
So pretty much like it was like my first time actually being on set. I don't even think I knew what a PA was. I didn't know what I was doing. I literally I just hit her up and I was just like, I'm just trying to like get my feet wet. Like
Yeah,
I'm trying
yeah.
to figure it out. And coming on set with her, she put me as a script supervisor. And yeah, it really just kind of like inspired me and geared me towards just continuing on.
Yeah.
I started writing. I wrote like two short films with Pretty V,
Oh, Pretty
and
V the comedian. Oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah, she's dope. I like her.
yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely. And then from there, we ended up with Blooded.
Blooded. Yes. Transitioning into Blooded. Going into like watching it, you know, you have your you know, you like, oh, this shit gonna be, but it was actually really, really dope. I sent you a text last night. I'm like, oh, because it left on such a cliffhanger, but we'll get back to that. But uh, Bloodline, Blooded, like, what was the concept of the title? Because watching it, I'm like, oh, I get why he named it Blooded, but like from the person who just views it, well, like
what made that title? You know, it was really crazy. Like, I always was told sometimes like you will not know the title for something at first. Yeah. And I think I just wrote something. Like it was just like something crazy that I just wrote, and it was like Blooded. And I was like, I'm gonna change that later. Yeah. Because like I was just like, it's alright, but it's not gonna hit. Yeah. And then once we like actually like fine tuned the script and it was what it was, I was like, oh, this kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Just the characters, Gerard, Jermaine. I saw a lot of family members that I related to in that film because what I thought about it, just the summarization of the movie, the short film, was trauma in the Black community. Because it's like growing up with in a single family home, you know, having the oldest child, which is Gerard, having to take and be the parent for Jermaine. It's just like I saw, because that's how I am with my little brother. So I really related to that. But was this something that was fictional or nonfiction in your actual life?
I feel like I took elements from like different things that I've been through. Like one of the lines, I think he had said something along the lines of kind of like you're in school and like you kind of
left us behind.
Yeah, you left us behind. Kind of sort of. My sister had said something like that to me one time. Yeah. And, you know, it had stung for a little bit, and I was like, oh, you know. Yeah. But otherwise, I think overall, like it was all fictional. I think the idea of kind of like it's about whenever you're close to somebody, they betray you. Yeah. It has like some elements of Cain and Abel in it as well. And it's just kind of like what happens whenever somebody has like something pinked up inside of them and they don't necessarily like get it checked. Because it really affects not only them, but it also affects the people around them. You know?
Definitely. Like being a Black, well, we're Black, you know, just trying to better yourself, you know, coming from, I don't know if you come from an inner city family or like not middle class family, but it's just like when you're trying to better yourself, it's always like the situation with Gerard saying like you left us behind. It's just like it shouldn't be that way. You know what I mean? So I was excited for you to tap and just touch on that because it's like it relates to a lot of people. Right. But just the casting, like, how did you find these guys?
So it was a mix between me and the director Tyler Barnes, which is a really good director. So me and Tyler, we worked. You know, we posted on social media. Okay. We used like some other sites as well, and then some of them were just like friends of friends. Right. Right. And it just all kind of worked out, to be honest. And it was just like a really good cast.
Yeah, really, really good cast. And when did you start writing? Like what year, what month, like what headspace were you in when you start writing Wrote Blooded?
So essentially the idea, I had wrote it in my notes. Whenever it had came, it was just like a idea that I had for a show in a sense. So I just like put it in my notes, and I had seen a posting for like a grant. Oh yeah. So I was like, exactly, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, how are we gonna get this money? Yeah. And it was kind of like one of those things where it's like I had other scripts, but I felt like it just wasn't going to leave the audience like really like what did I just watch? Yeah. So yeah, from there I was like, look, let me just fill this out. We're gonna just see what happens. And by God's grace, we got the grant, and I was like, oh, let me go ahead and finish this script and make it good. So I would say like it took me maybe like a month or two.
Wow. Even the production on it, it's an independent film. Most independent films are very like bootleggish, cheap looking, but it wasn't. Yours was actually like the audio was on point, the visual was on point, like it really looked professional. So I want to applaud you on that. But when it comes to moving forward, like were you afraid to actually go there? Like, were you like nervous to really like touch on certain things, or were you like, I don't care?
I didn't care. And I think, you know, even going back to like the question where you were saying about like things that people go through in their family and even with friends, I feel like in that moment, it was kind of like a lot of different things were happening
Yeah.
for me and people around me, and just kind of like what I was going through and hearing their stories of just kind of like them excelling and not feeling the support,
Yeah.
or you know, just even being betrayed by somebody that is your friend or your
Yeah.
family member. Um, yeah, I think it really just kind of was like a moment to kind of like release that, you know,
Yeah.
and find a moment for somebody to be able to connect to that. Because I feel
Yeah.
like for Jermaine, it's just kind of like, in a sense, not necessarily he was in La La Land, but he just didn't know, he felt comfortable, you know,
Yeah.
and then you know, he let his guard down in a sense, and yeah.
Because in the beginning they said the safety was on, so I'm like, I didn't think it was gonna go that far. Then boom, you know.
Right.
But that's crazy. I got from that like life can change in an instant, and I correlate that to you because you coming up with an idea of creating the short film Blooded. This can change your life and the trajectory of your life, and you took that chance on yourself, so that's really dope. But just now, it's not officially out, but you're shopping it around.
Yeah.
What's next? I know it's the Miami Film Festival that's coming up.
Yeah, so the Urban Film Festival in Miami, I believe that is August the 29th through 31st, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, right now, Blooded is just going through the process of like going to different not short films, going through different movie festivals.
Dope.
So, you know, we're excited for that. I think it's really dope. The film festival that we originally did, the Charlotte Black Film Festival, it just really kind of like allowed us to step into that world, be able to connect with other filmmakers and producers, and yeah, I'm just kind of excited to walk into that and to even bring my team along to be able to experience those spaces.
Yeah, it's really, really dope. And you know, it's a lot of streaming services. It's a lot of different platforms out now because it's like you got Tubi, you got BET Plus, you got Hulu. What would you, if you had the choice, if the ball was in your hands, what would you want to shop this and sell it to if you just get granted that opportunity?
You know, honestly, to me, I feel like any of those platforms where it could reach the person that you know, it needs to connect with, I would definitely be down for. To be honest with you, I feel like, again, just with the messaging and just being a scriptwriter and wanting to make sure that whatever you put out in the world is you know, actually feeding people properly. Yeah, but whichever one of those platforms and people are able to connect with it, I feel like it would be dope.
And how hands-on are you with everything? Are you like a crazy lunatic maniac when it comes to like your craft?
Well, yeah, it's like a yes and no. So essentially, definitely, I'm kind of a perfectionist in a sense, you know. But I have a team, 9/9 back home, and pretty much like we're a collective of creatives. Then we all kind of come together. So we normally like support each other through like a lot of different projects. And yeah, pretty much like we all just kind of step in where needed.
Right.
Sometimes we're a PA, sometimes we're a director, photographer, videographer, assistant. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. It doesn't really matter. We're able to step into those roles. So yeah, essentially, yeah, perfectionist. But I feel like I have a really good support system of people to be able to like really push things through.
Dope. And from the cast, I think it's like maybe a six. It's like 4 mains and it's like maybe 3 recurring cast members
supporting. Yeah.
Who did you relate to the most? Like, I see myself in that person.
Yo, it really was Jermaine. And it's hard to say that because at the end of the day, I feel like when I wrote it, I wanted to give people the opportunity to just definitely see perspective. And see themselves in both spaces. Not necessarily as a hater like Gerard, but at the same time, like, you know, like maybe this is something that I feel, but I need to check it, you know?
Yeah.
But essentially, I felt like Jermaine in that moment when I was writing it, because I feel like when I was writing it, I had just literally went through something where it felt like somebody had kind of like betrayed me.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just kind of like went in on that. So yeah, I feel like Jermaine.
Cause I was watching it. I watched it twice last night just to make sure like it is what it is. But it left off on a cliffhanger. Like it was like, what's next? Will this become like a series, or is this just like, is it a continuation?
We don't know yet. You know, I feel like it's so open, and I think I'm open to either. Guy had kind of put it on my heart to write it, and when I was writing it at first, I was just kind of like, I don't necessarily know like what's the messages that you want me to put in this guide. I know what I'm going through, but like this is you. So overall, yeah, like if it's supposed to be extended, you know, I'll walk into that.
You should.
I should.
Yeah, you should. No, yeah, because how it ended, it was just like, what's the next? Because Gerard ended up in jail. You know, Jermaine passed away. We just don't know what's going on. You know, that we didn't even see like the mom was like, you know, because that's hard for a parent to like bury their son, but it's like a different type of trauma when your child killed your son. You know, it's just like it's a mind fuck. You know what I mean? So I think you should do something else with it. But when it comes to currently now with like Black filmmakers, like even like Black music video creators like Tiana Taylor, or like when it comes to the film space, Jordan Poole.
Right.
Who inspires you now? Who do you like? Or Issa Rae, because she does stuff.
Yeah, most definitely Issa Rae, and Jordan Peele as well. I feel like for Issa Rae, it's so easy to say that because I love how she connects film and music.
Yes.
And that's something that I just really enjoy doing. For the film, a lot of the artists that were in the film, they were actually like local artists or emerging artists. And it was just great to like provide them with the opportunity to be in a film. I think that just, it made it so much more fuller. It's like the quality looks amazing, but at the same time, like the music that's on it is just kind of dope too. It gives you that feeling.
And when it comes to like putting their music in a short film, is it like on the business side, are they going to be like compensated for having their track on the actual film?
So since that was a project that was grant funded, and honestly, you know, what wasn't in the grant had to come out of my pocket. A lot of them, they're friends, and like I said, we kind of all support each other. If the opportunity presents itself, like I want to be able to put out like a soundtrack for it, so that you know they can actually get like, you know, something from it as well. But yeah, overall, like we're friends. I do have a music series called The Drop, where, you know, we spotlight different artists, and a lot of them were on that platform as well. So, you know, it was just kind of like a moment for them to push their exposure, as well. Because I feel like ultimately that's what we all are doing. You know what I'm saying? Especially when the funds aren't there. So you know, if I can do it, I definitely will in the future for sure.
And the first film festival is in Charlotte, or Charlotte. What's the date for that one?
So the Charlotte Black Film Festival, that one actually happened in, I want to say it was June.
Okay, so that
it was in June.
Nice.
Really, really great turnout. Honestly, we ended up winning the Audience Choice Awards for that one.
Congratulations.
So yeah, that was a dope moment, and just really appreciative of them, not only for, you know, providing us with a grant, but also selecting us to be in the festival and then getting awarded. It was amazing.
So next is Miami. That's one from, if you need any recs, I got you.
Look, when you told me that, I'm like, look, you don't have to tell me where to go, like where I need to go get food at.
Yeah, I got you. I'll send you some recommendations. So when is it?
The film festival?
In Miami.
So the Urban Film Festival, that is going to be, I want to say it's August the 29th through the 31st.
Okay, so that's coming up. And when does the actual film become live?
So, you know, I say you just gotta continue following the 99 page right now.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely gonna happen. But I just wanna definitely go to the different spaces and the different film
Shop it
festivals
out.
and really just kind of, to me, it's more of connecting with the people. Starting off with like my first like project under 99, under my production company. It was all about putting people in a room and connecting them. And the synergies that were there. So being able to not only show the film, but also be able to connect with the people, I'm just kind of excited to go through the festival route. But it's gonna come online soon.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Lastly, your legacy, when it's all said and done, Frankiee Veney, what do you want people to get from you? Like, what do you want people to, your lasting impression as a creative?
Yo, that's a good question. I would say one thing that I want them to get is, I feel like overall, like, you know, we're able to walk into these journeys ourselves, and we can have a lot of perseverance and get things done. But honestly, like my source come from God, and I feel like, you know, that just continues keeping me going and putting me in just new spaces, new rooms, and even be on the couch with you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's one thing that I would definitely want people to know.
I'm excited. So lastly, say the dates. The dates. So, well, it's not, the film wasn't officially coming out yet, but just say the date. So if people wanted to go see you at the Miami Film Festival, so just let them know that.
Yeah, so the dates is going to be August the 29th through the 31st. And yeah, we'll be in Miami. Excited about it.
Yes.
And yeah, coming up soon.
It's been a pleasure. Gary Tyler, Frankiee Veney. Make sure you guys stream Blooded when it releases. It's amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.